Men who are specifically jealous of how pretty or beautiful you are, ones that are the most dangerous and you need to watch out for them.
You know it's real sad when a man gets so jealous, he destroys you.
Let me tell you guys the truth. Men are actually jealous of you. That they are legit jealous of you. And should I tell you why? And that
I'm gonna tell y'all women this. The reason why these men don't like women, they so upset, so angry at women because they really want to be a
The jealous and insecure man is incredibly disorienting to a woman and
Men
needs to
who are specifically jealous of how pretty or beautiful you are, ones that are the most dangerous and you need to watch out for the most. You can work on having a good heart and being kind and nice. You can go to school and work on an education and become smart. You can go through life and through life experiences become wise. But one thing that is pretty hard to fake is natural beauty. And men are specifically jealous of that because you did not have to work for it. And because we live in a capitalistic, patriarchal society built by men, they do not want you having anything for free, that especially that you did not have to work for. They'll paint you as lazy and never having to work for anything. They'll paint you as promiscuous, especially if you turn them down. And they'll make up scenarios. Because you're so beautiful, you get all of these things for free. Men like this are dangerous, especially if they are DL, especially if they see you getting the attention and validation that they want so much from other men. Jealousy, if not addressed in relationships, can become one of the most dangerous traits for a partner to exhibit if it goes unchecked.
So in this video, we're going to be discussing about how some men are jealous of the modern day women. Why are they feeling threatened by these modern days women? So guys, let's dive in.
I'm gonna tell y'all women this. The reason why these men don't like women, they so upset, so angry at women because they really want to be a woman. And they don't like being a man. Because they feel like a man got to pay all the bills, man got to work and take care of all the kids. And a woman, all she got to do is sit back, lay back, get the cash, look good, look pretty, and everybody love her. And she ain't got to work as hard as a man. That's how he feel. So he really want to be a woman, but he can't. So every time you see a woman that looks good and independent, got her own, when he ain't got nothing, he hate to see that because he want to be that.
You know it's real sad when a man gets so jealous, he destroys you. He takes it all, embarrass you, abuse you, verbally hurt you, physically hurt you, trying to turn everybody against you because you took away what he was taking from you. When you take your power back, you take your strength back, you took your voice back, you took you back, and now he's mad. He's evil. He don't care anymore. Everything that's yours, that's not his, he destroys it. Your house, your car, finances, leave you in debt, stress, problems, stalking, calling you over and over, different numbers, trying to disturb your life so you can't move on and be happy. He can't live without you right now. He needs you. Ain't nobody else gonna put up with him but you. You did, but not no more. It's bad. You gotta call the police on these men because they go crazy. It's not you, it's about what came with you. They was using while they was with you. Now without you, they can't get nothing else. That's the real truth. Y'all men, grow up. Stop being boys. The truth hurt. I hope this helps somebody. Share this message. You agree, ladies? Drop a 100.
This might sound a little twisted, but there are men out here that are jealous of the women that they're attracted to. And he might do want to see you do good, but just not better than him. And you can always tell the men who are like that because they always make everything that they doing seem so much more bigger and make everything that you're doing seem so much more smaller. And when y'all get into it and y'all had disagreements, he might say things like, oh, you think because you got that new job that you doing something. Or you think because you got that new little ass crib that you standing on something. You ain't really standing on shit. And he'll make some of your accomplishments seem like they're nothing. And you got to pay attention to shit like that because he's showing you that he's secretly hating on you. And women love to use the excuse, oh, he only said that because he was mad. Or he only said that because I made him angry. But anger doesn't make you down talk somebody's accomplishments. You cannot grow with somebody who's in competition with you. And you cannot grow with somebody who is hating on you. So you might need to rethink who you dating or who you dealing with.
The jealous and insecure man is incredibly disorienting to a woman and needs to be spoken about. Now, this isn't the man that's insecure about other men. This is the man that's insecure about you as a woman. Show me a woman that's excellent and I will show you a man that's trying to convince her she's not. And it'll be this man. They will make you feel strangely about yourself in a way no other man has. At the end of the day, other men find this man weird too, but they don't understand the half of it because it's mostly done when they're alone with women. They'll say things like, yeah, you're really pretty, but have you ever noticed that your teeth are too big for your mouth? Like, yeah, you got a great body, but your arms are really hairy. Yeah, I love that outfit, but those are some big shoes. You got some clown feet. Things that no one else notices, they will try to pick up on just to make you just a little insecure. Just a little jab, a little jab. And the first few kind of fly under the radar. And then when you're running at five really weird out of nowhere, they catch you off guard. You're like, wait a minute. In order to notice these things, you must hate me. You have to hate me to notice these things. And I hesitate to say it like this, but it's like the normal masculine man, it's like they're not detail-oriented enough to pick up on these weird things that they're going to attack you about. It's like, you're smart, but not smarter than me. Oh, wow, great outfit. You really love fast fashion. Like, it gives Regina George. And the ultimate goal is for you to feel weird about yourself. Wow, I'm so lucky that they would hang out with somebody with so many flaws. They want to feel superior to you. And if you ever say anything, wow, you're super insecure. Wow, for you to even, I was just joking around. Add sensitive to the list. I was just like bantering. No, girls love banter. Girls love banter. That's not banter. It's weirdo behavior. They can say that they're poking fun, but the reason why they can't pull it off is because they're not doing it in good faith. Get away from these people immediately.
If you're smart and you're attractive, you are going to be royally humbled by men. You see, a lot of women think that other women are their competition. No, it is men who envy you. They want your energy. They want your light. And yeah, so like men are little bitches. You won't believe how jealous they get about a woman's beauty or intelligence or how much attention she gets. They will try to humble you and bring you down, like immediately. When they meet a woman who is smart, who is intelligent, it kind of triggers their insecurities and their ego, right? Because it threatens their illusion of grandiosity that they have. They have an illusion of grandiosity. And so the first thing they're going to do is put you down, bring you down, bring you down. They cannot take the abuse they give to you. They can't take it. Their ego doesn't allow them, a woman humbling them. If you're a smart woman, but if you know the game in laws of power, people who are above you, when I say above you, meaning money-wise, right? Like power. I'm talking about your boss, or if you're married or you have a boyfriend who has a lot of money and you don't have as much, then you're gonna have to you're gonna have to play dumb. You're gonna have to play dumb if you want to manipulate people into giving you some power. You play the game when a man supports you, when a man is generous with you, right? That's the only time that you play humble. That's the only time you play dumb. Because those little boys who don't have a lot of money, who they think they are on top of the world, with men who are just good looking and they have money but they don't want to give it to you, like, why would you even play? Why would you take the abuse? Because make no mistake,
this is the reason why you want to make sure that you're not dealing with a jealous man. Jealous men tend to be 10 times worse than women. When they are jealous of a woman, they are very vocal about how they feel. They use passive aggressive and sometimes aggressive behavior to let you know their jealousy. But the difference between men and women being jealous of one another, opposed to women being jealous of women and men being jealous of women, men will go out of their way to try to belittle you and disrespect you and guilt you into feeling bad about your success. When a man is jealous of a woman, he takes little pot shots at her any opportunity that he gets, much like a woman would. But the difference is that a man will make it seem like you have no right having, being, and acting like what you are. You see, when a man is jealous and insecure and miserable, and he sees a woman doing what he perceives as better than them, that takes a hit at themselves as a man, especially if you're in a relationship with this man. Relationship jealousy and a man being envious and jealous of his woman, that is one of the most hurtful and deeply rooted types of jealousy you can experience, because many men don't understand that in the day and age we live in, women can be very loving, they can be feminine, they can be peaceful as they always want peace, but that doesn't mean that a woman won't still be accomplished. And when a man is jealous or has a jealous nature about himself, he doesn't want a woman to be accomplished, especially not more than him. See, you have to understand, men who don't have jealousy, number one, and who are masculine in nature, they don't care what their woman does for a living. They don't care if she makes $1 million an hour. They don't see that as a hit against their manhood. But when a man is jealous of a woman, he will constantly want you to be in a state of dumbing yourself down in order to make him feel good about himself. He might take little pot shots at how you speak, the things you do, the things you say, the kind of circle you're in, the things that you're influenced by. If he is jealous, he will always try to make you feel like you're doing too much. If you are a woman who has dealt with a man who has jealous tendencies, and I'm not saying jealous as in he's jealous that you'll be in a relationship with another man, I mean jealous of who you are as a woman and how you move in life. You have some men who say things like, oh, you work here? Okay, you must be balling. Oh, okay. How much you pay for this car? Anytime a man asks you how much you paid for something, and I'm not saying if your father, your cousin, your uncle, somebody asks you, I mean a man who was interested in you, a man that you are in close proximity to but not in a relationship with, and he says it in that little sarcastic snide way. Oh, how much you pay for this car? Oh, you must be big balling. You balling out of control. That's a sign of a dusty, jealous man, especially if you're in a relationship or you're dating this kind of guy. Anytime, and this is the number one sign of a jealous man, when a man is jealous of a woman, anytime he is counting your money, he is scrutinizing your lifestyle, and he is constantly making little comments about how you are as a woman in a negative way, that man is jealous. If he says things to you like, oh, what, you went to college or something? Why you keep using all those big words? He's jealous. He feels incompetent in your presence. He feels like in order for him to feel like something as a man, stop using all them big words. Stop talking about these things. Why are you talking like that? You know why? Because it makes him feel less than as a man because he hasn't done the work to better himself. See, men, oftentimes, they are absolutely no better, if not worse, than women. Let you be a woman that has a little bit of success. In the eyes of a jealous man, you are an absolute threat to his manhood. He wants you to be the type of woman who either doesn't accomplish anything or feels like whatever he does is great. A lot of men who are jealous and insecure, a lot of men, let's say this first, men do need their ego stroked. Whether a man is jealous or not jealous, that's just the nature of how men are. They want you to compliment them and make them feel good and give them that good job. That's just respect. Men want that. And that's normal. But it gets dangerous and it's jealousy when a man feels like you cannot clap for yourself in order to make him feel good. You cannot speak about the good things you're doing because it'll take light away from him. The first person that comes to mind in like celebrity scenario I think about is Prince Charles, now King Charles, but he was Prince Charles and Princess Diana. He had an issue with her getting so much attention, especially when she came into her own and she got more confident and started dressing up. And if you followed the royal family at all, you would see, especially back in the day, Nobody was worrying about him. Everybody was focused on Princess Diana and the way she carried herself. She was so poised, she was so beautiful, and she was likable, and she was down to earth. Even though she was a princess and had all that notoriety, she just had that feminine way, and people were drawn to her. Men don't like when people are drawn to you. Jealous men will not like when people are drawn to you because they feel like nobody, only one person in the relationship can shine. And when they believe that they are that person that needs to shine, they are the prize, that's a jealous man. Now, there's nothing wrong with your man getting attention and wanting attention, but most masculine men don't worry about things like that, especially in regards to women. And I blame that on the fact that we're in a time where many men are going back and forth and they're confused as into what their role is as a man in relation to women. A lot of men today feel like they're on the same playing field as women. They feel like they're the same as us. They're inviting themselves into the different areas that we're in when nobody invited them there. They are trying to compete with us in things that shouldn't have anything to do with them. You know, you have the beauty space, you have the femininity space, you have the relationship space, you have men trying to tell women how to be women. And when you have that kind of confusion, that opens up the door for men to be jealous of women. See, when men have that spirit of confusion about themselves, they don't understand that men have strengths, men have, a lot of capabilities and abilities that women don't. We complement one another. But when a man is jealous of you, he doesn't understand any of that. All he sees is that you are showing him up. How dare you have a better job than me? How dare you have a better car than me? How dare you get more attention and stuff from people? I saw a video of a young lady and a man on a date, and this woman walked over to her and complimented her and said, you're stunning. She said to the lady, you're stunning, you're beautiful. And the guy looked over as if he was going to say, what about me?
When a man is envious of a woman, it goes much, much deeper than when it's a woman being envious of another woman. I'm not talking about men with a healthy mindset. I'm talking about men that are insecure within themselves, men that feel an excessive need for admiration. The reason it goes much deeper is because men will literally go out of their way to knock a woman off the pedestal that they themselves place them on. They will disrespect you and try to guilt trip you because they want you to believe that you are not worth what you know you're worth. When men are insecure and they see a woman who they think is doing better than them, it hurts them because they feel cognitive discomfort. And this happens a lot in relationships. A man with a healthy mindset and masculine identity will not be bothered by what career his woman has. And if she makes more than him, that won't matter to him. He won't see that as something bad. But a man that is envious of his woman will want you to be at a lower level to make him feel good about himself. He'll always be making you feel like everything you're doing in your life is wrong, and he's always going to be trying to control your lifestyle. And that's simply because he sees you as a threat to his manhood. Unfortunately, they believe that only one person can shine in the relationship, and it has to be him. They need to feel like they're the only ones getting the attention. When a healthy man sees his woman being complimented, people are clapping for her, he will feel proud of her, but not an envious man. Ladies, there's nothing worse than wanting something out of life and having your partner push you down instead of being there for you, supporting you. And then he looks at you like you're crazy because you want something out of life. You want to be someone in life. I'm not saying that there aren't women out there who will use their success to emasculate men because they're unhealed. That's a whole other topic. But more often than not, it's an insecure man trying to get his woman to level down because he doesn't feel good about himself.
Let me tell you guys the truth. Men are actually jealous of you. That they are legit jealous of you. And should I tell you why? And that's why they like to humble you. They like to make you, put you in your place. Like, oh, you're not even worth all of that. Let me tell you why. As a woman, as a girl, if you know how to use your pretty privilege, you know how to use your beauty privilege, you can get the car of your dreams if you meet the right man. You can move into a luxury apartment if you meet the right man, like without working, without doing physical labor. Just with you being a fine girl, you can get a lot of things. But guess what? It's not like that for men. A man will have to toil, work, but that's what the Bible says. Now you have to toil the ground. It will have to work, toil the ground, do lots of stuff for him to afford a car. And this is something that you can just get from a man if you meet the right man. Do you get what I mean? But that's why they're jealous of you. And that's why anytime you make like a big success or you do something, they like to attribute it to a man. They're trying to put you down like, you only got this from a man.
Very toxic mentality. I can tell you from first-hand experience that a lot of guys cannot handle it when women in their field win. I'm a girl who likes to put herself on the edge. I like to try and test new things. And a lot of the time I do win, even though I lose a lot as well. And what I found is that the men around me will undermine what I'm doing. And then when they see me winning, they go, maybe it's luck. Then when they see it really, really working, they start to go, actually, I should be doing that. And you can see it in their eyes, guys. You can see men envying you and being jealous of your abilities in their eyes. I'll give you a very basic example of what this looks like. So I remember once I was meeting up with a couple of guys that I knew, and I thought they're successful in their own right. So, I'm thinking we're equals at the table. And I came with one of my designer bags because I love designer bags and I buy them for myself once in a while. So I'm sitting there on my own, waiting for everybody to come. My designer bag is sitting with me. I've got my shades on. I'm looking cute. I'm a very happy chappy. And the one guy comes. He looks at me, gives me this very snacks look. Then he looks at my bag and then he goes, oh, we've got money, don't we? And like something in me just went, what does that even mean? Like, why are you making that statement when we've been chilling together for so long? And why are you looking at my things in that way? That makes no sense when you have your own things, right? So when the bill eventually came, this guy specifically said, no, Lebu, you'll pay for me since you've got so much money. And I remember thinking to myself, that makes absolutely no sense. And I have never spoken about anything that I have. I just came with a designer bag. I came with my designer shades. And I'm there living my best life with my own money. And I realized that the look that I'd seen in his eyes when he arrived was a look of envy. Even though he's got his own things, it was the idea that I might have more than him that made him want to belittle me in public. So a lot of the time when people are intimidated, especially if you're a woman, by what they think you have, they will try to do stupid things like, oh, then maybe you should pay the bill. Then maybe you should do this. You take on the responsibilities. It's a way of them punishing you for making them feel bad about what they think they don't have. That time, you don't talk about what you have. You don't talk about how much you're making. You don't talk about your material possessions. You're just there being a person who's very proud of themselves and you're living your life very quietly, right? So I started to see that kind of behavior in a lot of spaces where I was with men. Yes, women have their own issues with each other, but right now in this conversation, I'm specifically speaking about men. And so what this specific guy did was he basically copied everything that I do and tried to do what I'm doing and to show me that he can do it better. The sad part is he's the only one in competition because I'm not in competition with anyone else but myself, right? And I found that over the years, I lost a lot of guys who I thought were my friends because they were actually envious of my ability to fight for myself and get things done for myself and then reward myself for getting things done, right? So yes, we see people always saying, oh, women are gold diggers, women want men to do everything. But guys, even when you do your own thing, a lot of times men cannot handle it. They want you to do your own thing, but not more than what they can do for you. And they even make assumptions about what you have. They don't have the humility to ask you, even though it's none of their business. At least they could ask. But the idea that you can buy yourself a drink or buy yourself a car or buy yourself a house or take care of yourself really rubs them up the wrong way. They almost want to feel like they have power over you, even when they are not dating you, even when you guys are in the same industry. So what you will see is that men in your industry will come together just to compete against you as one woman, because your existence threatens what they'd like to see in the world of men winning, because for them winning is only reserved for men, not for women. And so that's why you even see with these podcast collaborations and that kind of thing, most of the time the men are collaborating with each other. The men are the ones who will also call each other on the radio shows and the TV shows, everything. Men together. They feel no reason to be diverse. They feel no reason to really include people. And when they do, it's not at the same level and respect and stature that they would another man. So ladies, be careful. Be careful of who you show your success to. Be careful of who you allow to speak to you in certain ways. And when somebody does what that guy did and says, you pay for the bill, you say no, very firmly. So he understands that he can never belittle you or make you feel bad for achieving what you worked very, very hard for. That he needs to respect you or piss off. That's literally it. Respect or go away. Let me know if you've experienced this as a woman and what you've done to deal with it. As a man, if you've seen it happen, what have you done to protect the women around you or to kuza the guys around you and just to say to them, don't do that, that's not okay. Let's talk about it.
Men are jealous of women because our beauty can get us in rooms that even their hard work can't guarantee. I'm gonna say this again. Men are jealous of women because our beauty gets us in rooms that even their hard work cannot guarantee. Kicker is the gatekeeper to these rooms, men. The people that walk the women in these rooms, men. In a system that was never designed for women, never designed for women's sovereignty, autonomy, women have used their beauty as the great equalizer. On a grander scale, men make more money. It's easier for men to make money. So women had to use their beauty to just give us a shot, just to get us in the room, just to get us in part of the conversation. Men will demonize this privilege for two reasons. Loss of control, with the thought that it's, beauty doesn't matter that much because they know they don't have any that can compete with a woman's beauty. And the second one, out of fear, because they realize if she can do this way, what happens to me? How do I get in these doors? How do I make it easier for me as well? On the other hand, they understand that beauty is currency. That a lot of times when they're with a beautiful woman, they get way more attention than they ever would have gotten if they were alone. They start to receive gifts and favor among their peers. From being seen with a particularly beautiful woman, other men will assume, oh, he must got money. He must got something going on. He must be able to do something out of this world in order to keep and maintain her. So just off the sheer being seen with the woman, his accolades, his social currency skyrockets. This is also why it's so important for you to own and know what your beauty is worth. Regardless of how they try to call you names, sluts, prostitute, whore, attaching shame to our beauty and sexuality, calling us out of our names was never about morality, and it's always been about control. It keeps us dependent, silenced, and competing in a patriarchal system instead of living in our sovereignty. Think about it. Men have armies, wealth, and even empires, all of which can be brought to his knees by their desire of intimacy and emotional entanglement with a beautiful woman. Entire dynasties and political histories have been brought down through a king's, a general's, or any man in charge, his attachment to a mistress or an S-worker. Stay beautiful, ladies. Stay dangerous. Stay free.
Why I think some men are jealous of women. Now, women look good. They get a lot of attention. And some of these guys don't like the way they look. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women ain't picking them because women have a certain preference, have a certain style, or a certain type of man that they like. And those men try to pursue those type of women that look a certain way, and the women don't want them, so they mad because they feel like just because they're a man, they should be chosen by a woman. And they hold a grudge against those women. And the same type of woman that turn him down, those are the same type of women he don't like at all. Look at her hair, look at her makeup, look at her lashes. That certain type of woman turn him down. He try to bring something to that woman like money, you know what I'm saying? He thought just because he got muscles, but a woman wasn't impressed with that, And a lot of women get a lot of praise and attention, you know what I'm saying? They got their own, you know what I'm saying? They want to be wanted. They want to be needed. And a lot of women don't want them for their money or their house or their car because they already got that. They don't know about, patience and communication, love and marriage. They don't know about that. They only see women as pleasure, that's it. So they want these women to be pleased by them, but a woman don't want a man just for pleasure. time, you know what I'm saying, guidance, man. And they can't do that. You know? So that's why they jealous of some of these women. I'm gonna be honest.
So let's take some reaction. The first person here said, experienced this multiple times in life. Men being jealous of me to the point they talk bad about me to other women and tell them to not talk to me and to disrespect me. Those women actually listen. If the role was reversed, men would never betray another man for a woman. And the other person said, I really wish I knew this years ago. Never would have been with him. It was subtle at first, screaming by the end of the relationship. So guys, what do you think? Do you agree with these opinions from different people saying that these are the reasons why men are jealous of women? Anyway, guys, let me leave you guys here till I come your way again next time, guys. Remain blessed and bye.